Right, so for this morning, we're going to work on back bends. So for that, in the yin section, we will work with the spine. So moving the spine forwards, backwards, side to side, and a bit of twisting as well. So for that, you will need a couple of blocks, maybe a blanket if you like, have a couple of cushions nearby. But the most that you should really need, the minimum that you should need is just something really to support your knees and your back. So a couple of cushions and or a couple of blocks. But we're going to start off reclined and having a block or a couple of cushions just by your side here so that you can bring it under your sacrum. But we're just going to start lying down first of all. So settling into the ground, have a little wriggle about, and then come into stillness. And take a moment to check in on a physical level, noticing all those points where the body's in contact with the ground, the backs of the heels, backs of the legs, buttocks, shoulder blades, arms, and the back of the head. Feel the weight of the body pressing down onto those points, and with each exhalation allow yourself to relax a bit deeper. Starting to bring in that yin energy, that heaviness, the weight pressing down, being held by the ground, by Mother Earth, and connecting with a more feminine, soothing, cool energy. Also noticing what's going on for you emotionally. Yin encouraging a more receptive nature. So being able to feel your emotions. There's definitely time in the yin part of the class for you to settle in and really notice what's going on and allow what needs to come up, the space, trying not to resist. You're safe here on your mat, safe to explore your vulnerability. And now paying attention to the breath. Your breath being your best friend, always there from the moment that you come in this world until the moment that you leave. Your constant companion, there to settle you down, remind you that you're safe. And later on in the class, in the Yang section, we'll also use your breath to bring some energy into the body, to fire you up, to motivate you, to see you through difficult times. But for this part of the class, use the breath to soothe and to let go of any holding on, whether that be on a physical, emotional or energetic level. It can help to breathe in through the nose as you feel that coolness pass through the narrow tunnels of your nostrils, down the back of the throat into the lungs. And as you feel the air come back up, maybe sigh out through the mouth. Inhaling that cool, soothing, feminine energy. Filling the body with relaxation, and exhaling anything that no longer serves you, any toxicity, tension. And you might feel that warmth of the breath as it leaves through the mouth, taking with it any of that toxicity in the body. And now bringing your attention to your spine. As you lie here, see the spine in neutral. Visualize the natural curves that rise up at the neck, curving in the other direction, behind the heart. The arch of your lower back as it goes back up and then back down towards your tailbone. The spine, your inner rod of strength, keeping you upright. We're going to gently warm up the spine in the yin section of the class so that it's mobile as well as strong, allowing you to move more freely and safely with intelligence. So coming into a mild back bend to start, take your block or a couple of cushions, bend the knees, pressing the feet gently into the ground. As you lift the hips just enough to slide your block underneath, and we're going to bring your prop underneath the sacrum. So the sacrum is that flat bone just below the arch of your lower back, just above the buttocks, and allow your sacrum to press down on the prop nice and comfortably. And you might want to stay here with the knees bent. This might be enough for you, or if you like, you can straighten out those legs, a gentle point of the toes, just to allow you to feel an opening over the hip flexors, maybe feeling this over quads too, and a bit more of a stretch of the belly, coming into this gentle reclined back bend. And if you're feeling a slight compression through lower back, try to ease that by lifting the ribs towards your face. So lifting the ribs away from the pelvis, enjoying a bit more space between the vertebrae of the lower back. And exhaling as you let go. I recommend staying on a lower level of your block for now. Just before we get the spine warmed up, let's do this nice and gently, encouraging that compassion by maybe not having to push yourself here to a deeper variation, just allowing yourself to be somewhere comfortable and enjoy that moment. As we look to work with more comfort in the poses, maybe allows your energy to go deeper inside, to notice what might be arising for you emotionally, less distracted by what's going on physically. And breathe. If at any point you become overwhelmed by anything that might be arising for you, just watch your breath. See the breath going in through the nostrils, maybe visualizing a sparkling blue colour. Feel the coolness, an icy coolness going into your lungs, spreading through your whole body, carried by the blood, soothing you. And seeing anything that's stuck, toxic, conflicted, travel up from the extremities of the body and leave in through the breath. Maybe visualizing the exhale as a red. Inhaling coolness, soothing, calm energy. Exhaling anything that's not needed in this moment. Give yourself permission to feel your emotions. I'm going to take 5 more breaths here. When you've taken your 5th breath, bend the knees, bring the feet back onto the ground. Gently press into those feet just so that you can lift the block away, and bring your block or other prop up by your head and slowly come down onto the lower back there, and then feel the sacrum come down. And maybe take a gentle tilt of the pelvis forward and back just to ease out the spine there. That can often be more intense than you realise while you're in the pose, and that's super important to bear in mind when you are working into back bends, that often your body will go there, but when you release from the back bend you realise that you may be pushed a little further than your body was actually ready for. So try to remain compassionate, particularly to your lower back. Enjoying a spaciousness there. Your back bends should feel good, not painful. Just like life can feel good rather than always be painful. Okay, so from here we're going to come into cattail pose, which is a nice twist, a great way to ease out from a back bend as well as prepare. So coming over onto your left side, and we're going to be on the left shoulder and along the left side of the body, crossing your right knee over so the right knee comes onto the ground. If the right knee doesn't reach the ground, you might want to support it with a cushion or a block. So we want to keep the hips stacked on top of one another vertically, and then you may also want some support for your head. And then from here we're going to bring your left hand, so this left arm might be slightly awkwardly trapped underneath. So just move onto that left shoulder, taking hold of the right knee, and then we're going to bring this right arm over, so revolving the right side of the chest round as you bring your hand onto your hip, onto the lower back, or maybe if you want a bit more of a release, you can turn the palm to face up and let that arm hang there, and just let gravity and the pose and your breath do the work on opening up into that right shoulder a little more, but keep this this knee connected to the ground, whether that's via prop or directly. And breathe. here you might notice that it becomes a little more difficult to breathe. And so see if you can use those deeper breaths to create some more space in the body to allow that breathing to happen with a bit more ease. Enjoy the process of gravity, bringing that hand closer to the floor if you've taken this option, and there'll become a moment where you feel the back of the fingernails lightly touch the floor, or maybe not. Feel your body in this pose. Feel the emotions you're experiencing. You're safe. For anyone that's really flexible and wants to enjoy a deeper release, you can bend your left knee, bringing the heel up to the bum, and maybe if there's an ease in finding that foot with the hand that's stretched out to the side, then you can come into a deeper expression of this pose. But don't force it. Remember, in Yin, we're only looking for discomfort on a level of around 3 or 4 out of 10. So be compassionate. Take the easier option. Take the comfortable option here on a physical level. Try not to distract yourself with too much physical discomfort, and then you can allow yourself to feel in other ways. We're going to take another 5 breaths on this side. And when you've taken those 5, bringing that right arm over, take your time. And just spend a moment here. And then slowly move yourself over onto your back, taking any prop that you used for that knee over to the other side. Coming over onto your right side. Stretching that right leg down the mat. And bringing your left knee, right leg down the mat, bringing your left knee over onto the floor or onto your prop, making sure that the hips are stacked vertically here, taking this right hand on top of that left knee, and then we're going to bring the left arm over, bringing the hand onto the hip, lower back, or reaching it out to the side. Not just difficult to breathe here, but maybe a little more difficult to speak. So find what's comfortable. Resting the head on a prop if that's okay for you, if that's needed, sorry. And then come into your breath. It can often feel a little more challenging to move into the twist onto the second side as you're moving from being twisted in the other direction, and that can take a little bit of easing out of and then into this side. So give yourself time. Don't worry if this comes with a little less ease than it did on the other side. Just be with where you are and breathe. Yin is about working on a deeper level. Working on those deeper yin, yin tissues in the body, the joints, ligaments and tendons. So it makes sense that we're working with the spine. In a twist, compressing certain parts of the spine while releasing others. Also a compression in the hip joint as well as in the shoulders. Sometimes you don't get the release until after you've released the pose. Taking another 5 breaths here. And when you're ready to release, bring this left arm over. Take a moment there just to feel the back body nice and open. And from here, we're then going to come onto hands and knees. So just roll yourself over to your front. And if you've got a blanket or a cushion, you might want to bring it behind the knees there. And maybe a block or a cushion just in front of you to catch the head if you need. Take those knees wide, feet together, and we're going to sit back. Come in first of all into child's pose, and we're just going to take a few breaths in child's pose. If your forehead doesn't reach the floor, then bring it onto your block. So just resetting the body after the twist. Enjoying that space between the shoulder blades after they've been squeezed together in your twist. Feel the breath. Move those shoulder blades away from each other. Feeling that gentle rounding of the spine as we come into a forward fold here. If you need to adjust slightly, just to move a little deeper here, maybe a little wriggle of the hips side to side. And once you're here, you might find that you can move closer towards the floor, maybe removing the need for the block. Settling in. Feeling a stretch through the sides of the body. Maybe walking those hands a little further forward to enjoy that stretch through the armpits. Maybe feeling the triceps stretch as well. As you take the breath deep down into the base of the lungs, you might feel the mid and the lower back start to stretch a little more. Enjoying the more introspective nature of this pose, of the forward fold, versus the heart opening vulnerability of the previous back bend and twists. You're not just on the ground now, but facing it, so you're nice and safe. The ground's got you. And so where you feel there's a holding on, see if you can send your in-breath there, encouraging a relaxation. And as you exhale, feel that tension, that conflict, that blockage, slowly release. And after this next breath, we're going to move into tadpole, which is the same pose here, but bringing a side bend into it. So starting to walk the hands over to the right side of your mat, maybe extending beyond the edge of your mat as you come into this side bend and settling yourself back down here. Starting to feel a bit of compression through the right side of the spine and an opening across the left side of the body. Breathe into the left side of the body to expand there, and you might want to walk your left hand a little further round, grabbing hold of the right wrist or forearm, as you enjoy a lovely deep opening through that left armpit. Still in this forward fold, just adding in the side bend. Noticing here if you're holding any tension in the face, maybe clenching the jaw, grinding the teeth. See if you can bring some softness into your face there. Taking 5 more breaths here. Let yourself feel. And when you've taken your 5, walk yourself back to center. Just take a moment there. You might need to ease the knees a little bit, so just come up onto your hands and just lift those knees. And then when you're ready, coming back down and walking the hands over to the left side. Coming into your side bend on the other side. This might feel quite nice through the right side here as you feel those previously compressed together vertebrae on the right side open up and release. And walking that right hand over, taking hold of the left wrist or forearm if that feels good for you. And breathing into the right side of the body. Feeling the left side of the spine pressing together now. Five more breaths. And when you've taken that fifth breath, walk yourself back to centre. And we're just going to take a few breaths at the centre. Walking back up. Okay, so just taking all of your props to the side here, and then we're going to come into Baddha Konasana. So coming onto your bum and then bring the soles of the feet together. So moving into the Yang section of the class now. Take my socks. So it doesn't matter how big this shape is here, either close together or further apart, it doesn't really matter. Take your fingertips and point them behind you. And we're going to lift the ribs away from the pelvis, bring the shoulder blades together, maybe tipping the head back. And we're going to do 30 Kapalabhati, just to warm up the body, start to feel that core. So for your Kapalabhati, we take half an inhale, and as you exhale, you power that exhale by using the core. So pull the lower belly in, forcing the air out the nostrils. So powerful exhalation and then a more natural passive inhalation. We'll get going, taking a few of these breaths, and then I'll start counting once we've got a bit of a rhythm. So it's a powerful exhalation using the core, a more natural inhalation in this back bend and hip opener here. So inhale in. Pull that lower belly in. 1. 2. 10. 20. 26. 7. 8. 9. 10. Big inhale. And as you exhale, fold yourself forward. Inhale through the nose. Now coming into Ujjayi breath. Exhaling through the nose. Slightly constricting the back of the throat. The breath audible and definitely able to feel it as it moves over the back of the throat. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale powerfully through the nose, drawing the belly up and in. 2 more. Bringing in that yang energy now, a powerful, dynamic, masculine, hot energy. Inhaling as you come up, and we're going to recline, coming onto your back as we work with the abs now. So bringing your knees up above the hips, excuse me, point the toes, point the feet and flex the toes back. Take the hands, interlacing the fingers around the back of the head, lifting those elbows up so that you can see them. We're going to inhale as you curl up head and shoulders. So lift up through armpits and elbows. Keep the neck relaxed. Hold the breath as you press your lower back down, lifting the tailbone high. Exhale, pull your lower belly towards the floor. Extend your left leg away. Squeeze the thigh. Try and push that foot away. Hold the breath. Curl the tailbone up. And as you exhale, reach elbows over to right knee. Pull lower belly down. Stay here, but as you inhale, lift up your right shoulder blade. Hold the breath. Curl the tailbone up. Exhale, pull lower belly down. Inhale, come back to center, and then switch the legs. Squeeze right thigh. Push that foot away. Hold the breath. Curl the tailbone up. Exhale, elbows over to left knee. Pull lower belly down. Inhale, stay here, but lift up your left shoulder blade. Hold the breath. Curl the tailbone up. Keep the neck relaxed. Exhale, pull lower belly down. Inhale, elbows back to center. Switch the legs. Push that left foot away. Feel the thigh come out of the hip. Hold the breath. Curl the tailbone up. Lower back flat. Exhale, elbows over to right knee. Pull lower belly down. Inhale, lift up right shoulder blade. Hold the breath. Curl the tailbone up. Exhale, pull lower belly down. Inhale, come back to center with the elbows. Switch the legs. Push that right foot away. Feel the thigh come out. Hold the breath. Curl the tailbone up. Keep the neck relaxed. Exhale, pull lower belly down. Elbows over to the left knee. Inhale, lift up left shoulder blade. Hold the breath. Curl the tailbone up. Exhale, pull lower belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, let it go. Taking a few Ujjayi breaths here to feel that fire stoked. A strong core supports the sensitive lower back, helping you feel that deep rod of inner strength nicely supported, starting to feel that fire burn some of that stagnant energy stuck down in the lower region of the body, helping make your brain sparkle, your heart open, your brain sparkle. We're going to connect with the back body now, coming into your bridge. So take a block or blanket or a couple of cushions between the thighs, lower down towards your groin so that the knees are free, palms facing up, upper body relaxed, coming about halfway. We're going to take 5 breaths here. So as you inhale, fill up, squeeze the block, tuck the tail, and as you exhale, press the heels into the ground and drag them back towards your shoulders. Inhale in, fill up, Squeeze the block, tuck the tail, exhale, press heels down and drag them back towards your shoulders. Feeling the hamstrings and glutes start to fire up now. Taking 3 more breaths here. Keep the upper body relaxed, the neck relaxed. Squeeze, tuck, exhale in, push heels down, drag them back. Well done. The feet firmly planted. Inhale in, fill up. So feel those ribs lift away from the pelvis, stretch in the belly, tuck the tail, squeeze, exhale, press heels down, drag them back. Well done. Slowly coming down from the top of the spine, feeling the mid back, the low back. Release your block. Take a moment there. Hug the knees towards the chest. And then we're going to do a spinal rock to seated, crossing the ankles and step yourself back, coming onto the forearms. We're going to warm up shoulders and upper body now. So coming onto the forearms, shoulders above elbows, and we're going to tuck the toes as you lift up into dolphin. Taking 5 breaths here. So in your dolphin, the head hanging loose here between those arms. Lift the ribs, lift the navel, so the spine is supported. Squeeze the thighs, reach through the heels. Well done. As you press into forearms, push biceps away. Feel the shoulder blades wrap around the sides of the ribs, lifting up through sit bones. Exhaling as you ground. Try to even out the weight distribution front and back. Get the legs involved. Feeling the upper body start to fire up now. 1 more breath. Bend the knees, sit back and turn the palms to face up as you reach the arms behind. Just enjoying a more relaxed opening of the shoulders there. Shoulder blades, sorry. And then from here, bring your hands onto the mat. Push back into downward facing dog. Easing out for a couple of breaths. And then we're going to walk or step to the top of the mat, bringing the feet at hip width apart. Lengthen forward and exhale as you soften the knees, folding in. Press through the feet, inhale, rise up, coming into your first standing back bend. Take hold of the thumbs, hooking them together. Biceps come past the ears, tuck the tail, so feel the glutes working here. Lift the ribs away from the pelvis, bringing those arms further past the ears. Keep that lower back nicely protected. Spine long, an even stretch through the hips, through the belly, through the shoulders. And a little smile on your face to make sure you're not working too hard. And as you exhale, we're going to fold it forward, countering your back bend there. How good does that feel? Inhale, lengthen forward. Stepping your left foot back. Drop down onto the left knee. You might be open enough here to lift up into this lunge, reaching the arms overhead. If not, just reach the spine forward. Bring the hands down and step back into high plank. Working a bit more with the upper body strength now. So think here about shoulders over wrists, maybe even slightly forward. Spread the fingers and push the chest away from the floor as you wrap those shoulders. Lift ribs, lift navel. Tuck the tailbone and reach through those heels as you squeeze the thighs. The body is strong, spine long. Well done. From here, you make your way back to downward facing dog. You can go directly or maybe vinyasa through chaturanga. You can modify with the knees down, coming into your cobra, or maybe pressing into the tops of the feet, squeeze the thighs, coming into your upward facing. Exhaling, downward facing dog. From here, drop down onto the forearms, coming into your dolphin once again. Those who want a little more here, you can lift your right leg as you inhale. Exhale, bring the knee into the armpit. Let's do that again. Press down and lift up. Try and touch the ceiling with that right foot. Exhale, knee comes to armpit. Bring the right foot down. Inhale, press down and lift left leg. Try and touch the ceiling. Exhale, knee goes into armpit. Let's do it again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee into armpit. Step the left foot down. Press into the hands, lift the elbows. Pushing back Downward facing dog, well done. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, knee to chest. Coming forward and bring that left foot down, just shy of your left hand. Bring the right knee down. We're going to inhale, lengthen as you lift. Watch lower back. Hands down. Kick that right leg up behind and then soften the knee, bringing the foot down at hip width apart from the left. Lengthen forward. Exhaling as you fold. Inhale, rising up. Coming into your standing back bend, make it nice and long. Exhaling as you fold. Inhale, lengthen forward. This time stepping your right foot back. And then from here, dropping that right knee down, we're going to come into lounge lizard. So for your lounge lizard, just bring your left foot further out to the side of the mat. And then we're going to bring your right hand diagonally away from the body. So we're reaching it over to this side. Bring your left hand onto that left knee or hook it around the left knee as you pull the elbow back. And then we're going to internally rotate this right thigh as you lower the ribs down towards your right hand. So it's kind of like a lazy lizard, hence the lounge lizard. Purpose here, to stretch the right side of the body. I'll show you sideways on. Like this. So feel a big stretch through the side of the ribs here, reaching towards your right hand. You can pull that left elbow back, helping you go a little bit deeper. Well done. Feeling this through the right side of the body, feeling it through hip flexors. All important for your back bending. 2 more breaths. Coming back, shuffle that left foot back into the centre line. Hands down, stepping back into high plank. Inhale in high plank. Exhale, make your way back to downward facing dog. From here, you can try from here, be in downward dog or dolphin. God, you've done the 5 breaths before I decide what you're doing. So, dolphin or downward facing dog. How hard was that, huh? Wrap those shoulders, lift navel, lift belly, get the legs involved. Well done. 1 more breath. See if you can push up both elbows at once into your downward facing dog. It's hard. And then we're going to inhale, lift the right leg, gliding that right foot just up to the right hand, drop left knee down, shuffle your right foot over to the side of your mat, reach your left arm away diagonally from the body, and then from here we're going to take hold of the right knee as you lounge towards your left hand. So it's like a little twist, that's it. Nice, looks really good. People are getting this now. It's a tough one to appreciate. So you can feel this left thigh coming in, rotating around to the inside of your mat. You can relax the head in whichever way feels good for you. So really push the breath into the left side of the ribs. See if you can fill the lungs as full as possible, but just have a slight softness at the edge there. Inhaling as you come back to centre, bring both hands onto the mat, the right foot comes in slightly, tuck the back toes to kick that left leg high, and soften the knee as you step the left foot down, coming hip width apart from the right foot, lengthen forward, exhaling as you fold, inhaling, rising up, and exhaling, bring the hands to heart. Let's just take a couple of breaths here to come back into your Ujjayi. Use the sound of the breath to ground you. Come back to this moment. Keeping the feet at hip width apart, we're going to sit back into a wide-legged chair pose. So let's get the legs involved a bit more now. Make sure you can see your toes, sit down, Tuck in the tail so that the lower back is protected. Lift belly, lift ribs, shoulder blades dropping down the back. Well done. Feeling those thighs start to work here. One more breath. And as you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. And from here, we're going to step straight back to downward facing dog. Turn your left toes on the diagonal. Bring your right foot forward, lifting up into warrior one. So front knee over the ankle, hips square, pressing through the outer edge of that back foot. So bring the back foot in as much as you need to so that you can press and feel the bones of this back leg pushing away rather than being a lunge position. From here, we're going to take the hands up into high prayer. Bend the elbows and bring the hands around the back of the neck. And we're going to press the head against the forearms, press the hands together, root down through the feet, lift ribs away from pelvis, and try to push the head back into the forearms as you go deep into this back bend variation of your warrior one. Press the hands together, it makes a difference. Lift elbows, lift armpits, and going back. Well done. 2 more breaths. Arms up, inhale, exhale, take that back foot away and come into your warrior two. We're going to go bird wings, so bring the elbows into the sides of the ribs, hands facing forward, palms up. Inhale here, as you fill up, feel the shoulder blades move away from each other, and as you exhale, take the hands out to the side, keeping the elbows into the sides of the ribs. Well done. Inhale, come back in. Active hands, elbows squeezing into the sides of the body. The shoulder blades squeeze together on that exhale. 3 more. Inhale, making sure your front knee is bent. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe feeling a bit of crunching through the shoulders here. Just loosening off in any way we can. Well done. Coming back into centre, and then we're going to cartwheel the arms forward, stepping back into your high plank. Maybe you want to lift that right leg, taking a one-legged high plank, lowering down, chaturanga. You can drop that foot or keep it there as you flip over onto the top of the left foot, coming into a one-legged upward facing. You really feel that through the back of the right leg, and then ease off by bringing the right foot to join the left, pushing back, downward facing dog. Well done. Turning the right toes on the diagonal. Bring the left foot forward. We're lifting up into that warrior one back bend variation on the other side. Hands together. Bend the elbows as you bring the hands behind the neck. Elbows, head resting against forearms. We're going to root down. Make sure you can press through the outer edge of that back foot. Lift ribs, lift elbows, lift armpits, and go back. Well done. So aesthetically, this doesn't look like a very deep back bend, but I'm sure you can feel that lovely stretch across the front of the body. Think about the spine, nice and evenly extended. Press the hands together. Use the strength in the back of the body to get that release through the front. Well done. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, step wide to the side of your mat into your warrior two. From here, we're going to bring the elbows in again. Palms facing up, spread the fingers. Inhale, exhale, elbows squeezing in, hands go out to the side. That's it. So feel the shoulder blades wrap and then squeeze together. Oh, I'm getting some crunching after my weights yesterday. Exhale, keeping that front knee over the ankle. All looking really good there. Exhaling out. Inhale in. 1 more. Warrior two, and then cartwheel those arms forward, facing the mat, coming into a high plank. One-legged or two. You can lower, chaturanga, one-legged or two. Upward facing, one-legged or two. Exhaling, downward facing dog. From here, we're going to walk, step or float to the top of the mat. Feet at hip width. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, soften the knees, folding in. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, rising up, hands to heart. Well done. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale in as you fold. Maybe here you'd like to try a jump back into chaturanga. If not, just step back to downward facing. So pressing the hands, gripping with the fingertips, heel of the palms down, jump back, soft landing chaturanga, and then we're all going to join back in downward facing dog. From here, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to chest, and coming forward. From there, we're going to drop that back. We're going to keep the back knee lifted, and we're going to lift up into arrow lunge. So think about creating a long diagonal line from that back foot through the arms. Keeping the front knee over the ankle. Press through that back heel, reach through the arms. Well done. Drop your back knee, and then from here, lifting the arms up before opening them out, bringing them around onto your lower back. Squeezing elbows towards each other, squeezing shoulder blades together. Again, quite a deep back bend that might not look like it from an aesthetic point of view. If you like here, you can take hold of that back foot as you bring the heel to the bum. Taking hold with left hand, maybe the right as well. As you kick the foot into the hand, feel your heart lift those ribs away from the pelvis, kick the foot into the hand. Use that front thigh for stability. If you can't reach for the foot, okay, stay where you were. One more breath. And exhaling, gently come down, stepping back into your high plank. Inhale, high plank, make your way through to downward facing dog. Moving to the other side, so lift your left leg, exhale, glide it through and place that foot down as you lift up into your arrow lunge on the other side. A nice long line with the body, pushing through the back heel, front knee over ankle. That's it. Nice. Bringing the chest down ever so slightly towards that knee, and jaw. That's it, leaning a bit further forward. How does that change the pose? One more breath. And we're going to drop that back knee, bring the arms up, take them around. So feel that rotation in the shoulder joint, bringing the hands onto the lower back. And if you want, you can go into this variation. So you choose what's right for you. Keep that front knee over the ankle and really press through that front foot as you kick into the hands, lifting the heart. So lift ribs away from the pelvis. Feel hamstrings, and glutes working hard on this right side, quads working hard on the left. Trying to create space. One more breath. Bring the hands down, stepping back into your high plank, and take your way back to downward facing dog. You choose how to get there. Bring the knees wide and down to the floor and sit yourself back into child's pose. Let's just take 5 breaths here before we move into the next couple of back bends. Coming back to the safety of your child's pose, facing the ground. Easing out from all those back bends in a nice, comforting forward fold. 2 more breaths. And then from here, walk yourself back, hands coming onto the thighs, bringing the knees together. So those who've got sensitive knees, we're going to spend a few breaths in camel pose. So you might want to pad up your knees here. And then lifting the hips up above the knees. So we're going to do a moving camel. From here, tucking the toes, and see if you can find your left heel, even if the fingertips are just tapping that left heel. If this really isn't there for you, then bring your left hand onto your lower back. So we want to keep the hips in front of, at least above the knees, so not going back. Okay, so you're either here or here. Wherever you are, bring this right arm back, reaching it, try and touch the back of the room. And then from here, we're going to bring the right arm over to the side. So you come into a bit of a twist. So right arm crosses over the body. We're going to sweep around. We're going to bring the right hand onto lower back or hip as you sweep the left arm around to the right side before opening and reaching that left arm away. Watch the lower back. Well done. Inhale, bring that left shoulder up, over to the right side, sweep around, release right hand, bring left hand onto lower back, take this right arm all the way around, bringing the right arm up and over to the right side. Well done. Inhale, go over with right arm to left side, coming forward into your forward fold, reach the left arm all the way over, cross it over the body. Well done. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, heart lifts. Coming over to the right side, all the way forward, switch the hands, right arm goes all the way around, stretching into the side body before coming into your 1-arm camel. Inhale, hips go back, arm over to the other side. Exhale, sweep the left arm around. Inhale, and then come into your camel pose for 5 breaths. So you may be here, hands on the lower back, toes tucked, hands on the heels, or you can come onto the tops of the feet as long as your hips are forward of the knees. So if you're back here, take a different variation so that you can find that lovely space in the lower back. Two more breaths. Bring your hands onto your lower back and lift yourself up. Sit back onto the heels. Take a moment here, palms facing up, and breathe. Feel your heart beating through your chest. Feel alive. Backbends can be very energizing, overwhelming. The whole front of your body that we tend to close off, opened up on show to the world, so it can feel really vulnerable. So just use this strong seated position to hold that vulnerability and use your Ujjayi breath to keep you focused. Maybe you don't need to fold forward to protect. Maybe you can stand proud here, feeling all of this stuff, being there, breathing. Nice. Okay, so from here, we're going to push back, downward facing dog. That should feel quite nice for you. Easing out, maybe bending one knee, twisting round, just releasing that lower back. And then we're going to walk, step or jump to seated, coming onto your back. We're going to work into Halasana to ease out from all your back bending. So choices here. You can come into an active Viparita Karani to work the core, or you can come into Halasana if your feet reach the floor. So we're here. This is actually harder. But we need to do some core work after the back bends. Walking up onto your shoulders if you've taken plough pose. Bringing the hands around where your bra strap is or would be. Staying here on the shoulders, or maybe bending the knees before lifting up into your headstand, shoulder stand even. Taking 5 more breaths wherever you are. Squeeze those legs together. Try and touch the ceiling with the toes. Nice. Wherever you are, lowering down onto the back. So if you're in Viparita Karani, just roll down. If you're in your shoulder stand, bring the feet down. And then we're going to roll all the way down. Bring your hands underneath your bum. Elbows out to the side. Take a moment there. And then we're going to lift the chest as you press the elbows into the ground, coming into a final back bend. Only lift up as high as you can still get your back of the top of the head on the floor. So you might need your elbows a bit wider, depending on your flexibility. To work core and hip flexors a bit more, just to balance out what we've been doing, you might want to lift those legs up to 45 degrees. Only an option. Wherever you are, we're going to start panting through the nostrils, Bastrika. Faster. 1. 10. 20. Inhale and release. Let it all go. Coming down onto your back. And then from here, we're going to move into your Shavasana. So moving from the yang state back into that yin energy. Intentionally settling yourself down. Take whatever props you need for your Shavasana. You're going to still be feeling the heart beating, all those muscles, the blood pumping through them. So here, we're going to come back down into that yin energy that we enjoyed at the beginning of the class. See how you can bring yourself back. An amazing tool for you to work with those differing energies, using your body. Send a heaviness through your body. Once again, noticing all of those points where the body's in contact with the ground. Give the weight of the body to those points. Maybe feeling a bit more of a spreading out there. We're heavy once again. No longer controlling the breath. We've worked through Kapalabhati, Ujjayi, Bastrika, all very energizing, strong, powerful breaths to help get you through the challenge of your yang practice, where you build your strength and your resistance, your resilience. And now you can rest and restore, be soothed. Give your body to the ground. Let your breath do the breathing. And take your attention to the center of your chest. Today's practice inspired by Forest Yoga, made up of 4 pillars: strength, breath, integrity or compassion. Working on these 3 pillars helps create some space around your heart where you can connect with the final pillar, spirit. Find your spirit, connect with your true spirit, who you really are, before all those layers got built up around your heart, all that tension, negativity, toxicity. Be connected to your heart, the portal to your spirit. In this moment, feel connected to all the other broken hearts. Everyone's heart is broken, and we're all healing through that heartache, which is where we get to see our strength. If you want to stay in your Shavasana for longer, then just drown out the sound of my voice. Enjoy, and I will see you soon. And those who are ready to come back to close the practice, slowly come back into your physical body. Spread your awareness from your heart through the abdomen, down the legs and arms, to the fingers and the toes and the top of the head. Taking a breath in as you feel your body even more. And exhaling, take your awareness like a warm glow from your heart through your body. Start to move your fingers and toes. Give the head a little rock side to side. And maybe on your next in-breath, reaching those arms overhead. How long and flexible and strong you are. Bending the knees and then bringing yourself over onto whichever side feels good. Taking a moment here just to notice how you feel. Body, emotions, spirit. And keeping the neck soft. Use your top hand to press yourself up to seated. Keeping the eyes closed if you can. Coming back into a cross-legged position. Sitting tall. Bringing the hands together into prayer position, the thumbs resting against the sternum, bowing down to your heart so the back of the neck is long. Take a deep, nourishing breath in, and as you exhale, bring to mind a challenge that you're currently experiencing and send gratitude to that challenge for the lessons that you will learn, the strength that you will build, and the resilience that you will also build. For each day that you're in a challenge, you're one day closer to that challenge easing. Be compassionate to yourself. You're doing far better than you might think. And so to further remind us of our unification We're all in this together. Let's take a final breath of the practice to close. Inhale in. Exhale in. Gently blink the eyes open. Thank you all for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste. Have a wonderful day, guys. Lots of love to you all. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye, guys.